SeaFox. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is SeaFox. So for this video, I wanted to draw kind of like a gremlin slash troll. But what happened is that I realized that I don't really know how to draw that muscular, short body. So I ended up turning it into a female because I didn't really know how to do that. So lately I have been drawing like the bust and then shrinking it down to like head to torso, shrink it down a little bit more like head to knees and then head to feet. Because I feel like if I spend that much attention to the face, I can kind of gradient out the detail. So I wanted the ethereal slash godly look for this kind of character. So as you can see the Greek flowing dress and then the staff and with the hair. So it all like goes into the fact that I wanted the flowy kind of look. That snake bracelet on the arm was like a last minute decision. I'm not sure if I should keep it the next time I draw her because it seems kind of random, but I kind of wanted to keep it there as like a bit of a what's it called, trinket. So I continuously flip the canvas so that I can see the mistakes that I made in the face. So this is different than the first time. So the first time I did a character creation, which was I think last video, I started off with the coloring and I made it look realistic on the sides, and the middle was the one with the liner. But this time I'm kind of doing a bit of opposite, and the outside has a liner and the inside is the one that's like painted. So I watched this tutorial from Mark Brunet, and it was I'm not sure if I'm saying that wrong, Mark Brunet. So I watched this tutorial and it was like how to color your drawings in any software, and it said to start with like the flats and then go to the shading, which is like almost black and white 3D rendering, and then merge them together and then like paint on top of that. So I tried it. I don't think I'm ever gonna do it again because it was horrible. I hated it. It might work for him, but for me it just didn't go with my workflow. I felt like I painted everything twice. I painted it in black and white and then I painted it again on top of that. So it was kind of very bad and horrible for me. So I think next time if I'm going to do anything black and white, I'm going to start with black and white and do the entire thing, like completely finish it, and then on top do like an overlay layer or almost like a edit layer, and change the colors that way instead of having like a color under it, because it ended up looking it sucked all the life out of my drawing and I had to go back and paint all over it again. So essentially like I painted twice. It wasn't a very amazing process. What I did before I had merged them down is I had changed the color of the shading to like a reddish tone, and especially for the skin, and then I merged it down, and then I'm painting on top of that, especially the hair, because it was very hard for me to get that hair texture just using like the airbrush and shading. So I have to go over like the entire hair part and try to get it to look more like hair. Hair is a very hard thing to render without it being too realistic and also making it not too cartoony. It's a very gray area for me, and I'm trying to like pinpoint exactly where I should keep it, because either I go way too realistic and it looks like it doesn't look right in my drawing, or it's too cartoony and it's just like a flat color without too much shading, and I don't like that either. So I go on to the dress, I think, and I try to make the folds look as real as possible because I want this to be like a flowing dress. And I'm actually pretty proud of the way that the folds look. For the foot, if you can tell, it looks very off right now. I will fix that later because I wanted it to almost look like she's like bending her feet inwards, but it just completely looked like it was sideways, not like 3/4 of the way there, because I'm not exactly sure how to draw high heels like looking straight at you. So I will flip that around and make it look like she's like focusing her foot outwards, because that way it doesn't look like her leg is broken. Yeah, so I just added some color dodge highlighting on there, and then I moved on to the liner of the back. So I was really dreading doing the colors for the back, so instead of doing that, I just went straight to the middle, which was painting, and I love painting, so I just went straight to that because it was like almost like my happy place. So for the color palette at the top, last time I think I did the color palette before I went to color, but this time I used the color palette that I actually had stored, and I colored it that way. For the skin, faces is really, I love doing it over and over and over again. I can do that like forever. The hair gave me a lot of trouble. It was easier than that last character drawing that I did, which was just straight, and that was hard to make it not look cartoony. This one was easier because I could like add strands, because she has like a wavy hair, so I could like add strands, and it was nice to render, especially with the highlights. Those were easy. But making it not look cartoony was a harder part. So for the eyes, I was struggling if I wanted to go to the more realistic route or the more cartoony route, and I kind of found like a little place in between, because if I was going to do realistic, I probably would have drawn eyelashes in and like shaded the eye a bit more, but that would look off and way too rendered in this kind of piece, especially when it's going to be so small compared to the rest of the piece. I didn't want it to look off. This is when I decided that I'm done with the middle part. This is it. I'm going to go to the back and I'm going to actually finish it. And I guess it wasn't that much of a bad decision. It was okay. I did this. I have the same problem that I did the first time. It was a struggle, but it was less of a struggle because I didn't have the face to worry about, so the skin was easier. Yeah. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. This is bye.